What are we talking about today?
Action heroes.
Action heroes.
It's never fair because Jordan's got a whole template of what to talk
I don't
about.
have a template. I'm looking at the
I like to
calendar.
wing it.
What are you looking at?
I have notes.
Okay, that's a template. There's no outline. These are notes.
Solid. Love it. Welcome. Raw Life Podcast featuring UFC Jim Indy. What's up, team? We are live. Jordan here with Josh and Donovan, as always. Hope you enjoyed our last couple podcasts. Lots of information coming forward regarding nutrition as well as strength training. We are going to touch on something a little outside the box today. First off, what are you drinking there, Donovan?
This is vanilla protein.
Okay. All right. Shout out dotFIT.
Afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight. Now, are you about to work out or did you work out?
No. This is just call it a
Maintenance
a
dose.
late afternoon snack. Yeah. Just because I got to get the protein numbers up, and I don't like eating 12 ounces of chicken at one time or something. So this just separates it out a little bit. I always have one right after my workout though. Also,
Always 30 to 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Anabolic window.
Boom. Nailed it. That is the window to hit. And Josh is drinking some fancy water.
My bougie water per usual.
Bougie water.
Body
per
armor.
usual.
Body armor water.
Love it. Producer Chris, do you drink tap water? Do you do Brita? He doesn't drink water at all. Okay. Well,
It's always an iced coffee when it comes in here.
yeah, that's true. In a mason jar usually with a straw. Nice. Solid.
Sounding like bread and chop.
Solid. Favorite action heroes. Who inspired you guys? Like when you were a kid, when you saw somebody on TV and you're like, man, that guy's jacked. I want to be like him.
You smell that?
What's that?
The Rock.
Do you smell? That was my guy. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Solid.
He was my favorite wrestler too. So I will say that. Yeah.
He's going to be on next week.
On what?
Got him on here.
Podcast. I don't know.
Nice.
High hopes.
Oh, wow. We booked somebody. I didn't know that.
You
That's
DM'd him?
amazing.
Yeah, I sent him a message. I
Nice.
texted him.
Okay,
So,
good.
Just waiting to hear back from him.
We'll see what he says.
Yeah, we'll set up a time. TBD on when we'll have Dwayne The Rock Johnson on our podcast. Probably sometime next week,
Yeah.
I would assume. Yeah. Josh, did you have anybody?
Mine wasn't an action hero, but mine was always Kobe. It's Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
R.I.P.
Right.
That was my guy my
KB.
whole life. So, yep.
Well, technically, he did a movie, so I guess he kind of
What
is
movie
an
did
action
he do?
hero.
Well, he did a little rap. He did a little rap videos. And stuff.
I remember the rap
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah, he was. That's where he met his wife. Actually.
Yeah,
Did
that's
not
right.
know that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dropping knowledge every day. No, it was Dear Basketball. Was that the one he won an Oscar for?
Yeah, he won the animated film. Yeah.
Yep.
Kobe Bryant won an Oscar.
Yeah, he won an
Yeah, he
Oscar.
did.
I had no
Where
idea.
have you been, man?
And he's a best-selling author too.
Okay.
All this lack of sports. You
Okay.
had all this time.
Yeah,
to
I did not
research
know
this
that.
Stuff. Yeah. What else can we drop knowledge bombs on him with?
Oh my God, I could go all day. We could just make this Kobe Bryant podcast. I could give you everything.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved Kobe Bryant, but
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
before I even knew this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to one of the greats.
What about you?
Always.
Action.
Action hero?
Is this an
Man.
action hero?
Yeah.
These are action heroes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, athletes,
They're active
actually.
people. Or are we
Well,
talking about like
I was
Iron Man?
thinking, yeah, well, no, not like Iron Man.
Oh.
Like, I don't look at Robert Downey Jr. and say,
What about like nurses?
man, I want to be jacked. Oh, yeah.
I
Just,
mean,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
medical professionals.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean-
higher action hero.
Obviously, our main heroes are our firefighters, first responders,
Yeah.
Right.
nurses,
The real heroes.
teachers,
Yes.
everyone that got us to this point in our lives, right? Thank you to those heroes. I guess that's the end of the podcast. Thanks,
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, that was
that's
good.
it. I mean, nobody can
wrap it
top
up.
that, obviously. I mean, I don't want to name drop anybody. Next week when The Rock gets here for a quick conversation. It took me forever to figure out that Dwayne Johnson was like an all-American defensive end for Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, and he got hurt, and guess who replaced him? Warren Sapp.
Mhm.
I did not know that for a long time.
Big dude.
There was a couple stuff. Brock
Both
Lesnar
are
was
big dudes.
he made it to the NFL practice
Yeah, that's
squad
right.
too, and then went
Yeah.
to
For the Vikings, I think. Yeah, yeah.
there's
Wow.
There's a couple of them wrestlers that were around there.
Did you ever play football, producer Chris? No, I didn't either. I ran I ran cross country. That was it. Yep, same. Yeah. You guys played football, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Did you have a hero in football? What was strength training like in football?
Mismanaged, dangerous in high school because it's usually I mean, I'm not putting my guy down, if you're watching this, but when the social studies teacher is in charge of the weightlifting program, just because they happen to be the most in shape person in the building, it gets kind of dangerous.
At least they went with an in shape person, though. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of structured training either, I don't think. So ours was I stopped football after my first year of high school and just played baseball. But my junior high, we didn't really do any strength training in junior high, but I played that.
No, yeah.
But did. I think that I had a lot of friends on the football team still. I don't think they had like a really structured regimen either. So, but we're also talking 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, this was a while ago, and now that's shifted big time, right? I think a majority of big schools, I don't know, did you guys go to big schools?
4A.
Yeah, it was 4A too, but we played, our biggest rival was like Carmel-sized, Ben Davis-sized, which Penn High School. They come down and play Carmel and Ben Davis, and then like the big schools, and they beat us for like 30 years straight because they were so much bigger than us. But yeah, we were a little bit smaller, but we weren't tiny.
Yeah, we were 3A, 3A little farm school. We had advanced physical conditioning as a class.
Oh, producer Chris was a cheerleader too, eh?
Really? That's interesting. All sports? Like football, basketball, all that?
Can you do like backflips and stuff?
Just during basketball, nice.
So did you watch the Netflix doc Cheer?
Oh, I heard that was really good.
It was good.
No.
No.
Sad face.
It's because he's too busy editing these podcasts.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't really have a life.
He doesn't really sleep
anymore.
He doesn't really. I mean, we appreciate everything that producer Chris does, though. So thank you. Yeah, we love you too.
If I would have had time in between actually playing the sports, I would have done cheerleading because what a great job right there with, I mean, being a male cheerleader, being there.
Yep.
Being a support system.
Yeah. And they're like, those are big dudes.
Yeah, they are big dudes.
Yeah.
They're acrobatic.
Absolutely.
All kinds of
good
stuff.
shape.
Well, think about throwing people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Hold them up with one
Yeah,
arm.
with one
Like,
arm.
there's no problem moving heavy
That
weight,
was
but
me.
once you have to like apply that to something,
Really?
it's tough.
Lots of stability exercises.
Was it called
You
the
need-
chair?
You need a mic, producer Chris. We got to go back and forth on this, man.
It's called the chair.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, I'm willing to bet right now I could military press twice what producer Chris can, but I bet I couldn't lift up a person like he could.
Could you lift him up?
I don't know. Probably not. See?
Should we do that right now?
The functional? Is it? Do we have
the space?
Oh, my hands are out of the picture.
That's what. One of my good friends, Freddie Mitchell, used to play for the Eagles. He was a professional football player, and he did that. He went on a show. Shout out to my boy Freddie. He did this and did a chair. He's like, every guy should learn how to do the chair. He's like, the girl's right there, man. It's the perfect thing to know. You got to teach them. He's like, everybody should do that. Yeah.
Nice. Freddie Mitchell, man. I remember playing with him back in those NFL 2K days.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Donovan McNabb, right?
Yeah.
Played with him. Yeah. That's cool. Brian Westbrook.
He was on that team with the win Super Bowl with T.O. and all them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't really have anybody that I know that's that famous.
Yeah, just definitely name dropped in there.
Yeah. Well, moving on.
Yeah, no.
To all of my non-famous friends. Right. There you go. That was the right button. So, action hero-wise, though, like movies, I think it was not Rocky in the first one. It was more Rocky 3.
Oh, which one is that?
He really got
I always
jacked.
mix them up. What's the 3?
Rocky 3 was Clubber Lang.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Yeah.
You know his first name?
Mr.?
No, I wish I knew it. I looked it up. It's something weird. Producer Chris, can you find that?
We'll check back on that.
Yeah, we'll check in on it. Mr. T's
first name.
Real
let's
first name.
find that out.
Well, and what T stands for.
Clubber Lang is just a great name for a boxer, though. I mean, Apollo Creed, which was good. I didn't think they could top that until Rocky 3 when you have Clubber Lang.
Lawrence
Turid.
I thought that weird.
So that's not that
That's
weird.
Mr. T.
Lawrence.
For a guy who's been Mr. T forever.
Well, that's probably why he's Mr. T. I can't even pronounce that.
Exactly. Wonder when he made that decision to change to Mr. T.
When he got in the showbiz.
When he started punching Sylvester
Early
Stallone
on.
in the face, probably. Yeah. Yeah, but I remember seeing the first couple Rocky movies, and then he came out in that one, and I was like, whoa, Sylvester Stallone gained some weight. He hit the gain machine hard over those last two movies. So,
well, the one with Drago, they were both jacked.
Yeah,
out.
that one.
If he dies,
Lundgren, man.
he dies.
I'm pretty sure he has like a PhD in chemistry or something, or master's in some kind of engineering.
Believe it.
Biochemical engineering or something.
Rocket scientist or something.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, shout out. We're gonna get pictures of all these people on the podcast.
Dolph Lundgren.
Right? Just like
Dolph,
little pop-ups like we did with my boy, Josh Duhamel. Yeah, that was the one probably that I saw and I was really impressed. I mean, obviously, the easy answer is Arnold.
Yeah.
Any movie that he's in.
Right.
You know, but
Kindergarten Cop.
yeah,
Twins.
That's what I really thought Arnold was Jack during Kindergarten Cop. Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop's one of my top
Jingle
five.
All the Way.
It's a great, yeah, there you go.
That's a great Christmas
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good one. Obviously, everybody gets hyped when they watch Rocky movies, though.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Got to.
Yeah. Do you have so other than Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Well, he's in
what
movies.
about movie star?
Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, but he's
Jumanji.
He is in Jumanji.
I'm talking like when you grew up, like you
Yeah.
saw somebody and you're like, whoa, I want to be like that guy.
Not really action, but Will Smith was he's kind of action, but
Yeah.
he's my
He had
favorite.
action
actor.
movies.
He's action, yeah.
Bad
I'm
Boys, all
Legend,
those, yeah.
Bad Boys and
Wild Wild West.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Independence
Good
Day.
movie. Yeah, there you go.
That was a good one.
Talk about saving the world. What else do you need to do?
Yeah, Will Smith was my favorite. It still is my favorite growing up. Obviously, Denzel's the man too, but
Yeah.
Equalizer and stuff.
Yep. Man, but Will Smith and Ali,
Yep.
great performance.
That was good.
Great movie.
I can't think of any other
Come
movie.
on, man.
I'm trying. I think it probably is Rocky.
Yeah.
Now that you think back
That's a
to
good one.
childhood, what you
Yeah.
were watching. Oh, never mind.
Go.
James Bond.
Whoa.
Well, which one?
All of them.
Who's the best?
Yeah, who's the best?
Pierce Brosnan. I think.
Because of the
Brosnan,
game?
Pierce
yeah.
Brosnan.
I think-
Wow. because of
Yeah.
Nintendo 64.
I think. Yeah.
right.
Right. Because of GoldenEye.
Yeah, the best game ever.
Right.
Josh, who's your favorite?
Probably, I would say probably Will Smith. Even though I think he had those movies because Independence Day and all those came out when I was young. So I think he was probably my favorite.
Who's your favorite James Bond?
Yeah, who's your favorite?
Oh, James Bond. We just.
I already know what he's gonna say.
Oh, Sean Connery probably.
Oh,
Positively shocking.
wow, that's
I expected the Daniel Craig because you kind of look
like
like
You
him.
kind of look
I
like
think
him.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this one.
Never heard that
Say. Yeah. Yeah, it was forever. I mean, Sean Connery is definitely my favorite. I actually really liked Timothy Dalton in the few that he was in. And then Daniel Craig stepped in and really stepped his game up. I would say it's like 1A and 1B when it comes to the bonds with Sean Connery and Daniel Craig. Just because Sean Connery had some
Well, Sean Connery.
He had some busts, though.
Yeah.
There were some really good Bonds, like probably my favorites. Thunderball, one of my favorites. Goldfinger, my favorite. But Skyfall, you had all these new Daniel Craigs. But man, I'm not trying to say anything, but when he walked out of the ocean in Casino Royale, just straight jacked, I was like, Daniel Craig's a big dude. That's a big dude right there.
This dude's working hard.
Yeah, he's definitely working hard in the gym. So he's getting his gains.
These guys are on some crazy regimens to do these, these movies too.
Most their
Hugh
job is to
Jackman.
look a certain way.
Wow.
Hugh
And
Jackman
act, of
was
course.
another one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah.
Huge jacked man.
Right.
That's what his name stands for
Yeah.
sure.
Hugh Jackman's an abbreviation.
Yeah. Yeah. Producer Chris is nodding his head emphatically. He agrees.
Big dude.
Jason Statham.
Another big
Yeah,
dude.
that's a good one.
Another big
That's a
dude.
good one. But you don't really ever see him definition wise. He's always like just kicking people in the face.
Mhm.
He's never like showing off the bod like some of these
But you
guys
can tell.
are. You can,
You know,
oh yeah,
you
you
can see in
tell.
his jaw.
Yeah, you just know. Yeah. Yeah. Just
You know?
chiseled. Right.
Right.
Yeah. But you guys have the same haircut, Donovan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me and, well, RIP to the Rock's hair, but
Yeah.
used to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he let that go.
What's the biggest meal you've ever consumed in one sitting?
Oh,
If you had to guess your caloric intake for that meal.
I'm the type of person that I used to travel a ton for work. I'm talking, I was gone like 16 weeks in a row out of a year. And I'm in different cities every week, and I was super excited. I used to be a professional wrestler. Just kidding. That's not true. But
Can you get the horn?
Nope.
All right. Well,
I would
next
go
time.
to, so I'm going to all these restaurants, and I would always order the thing off the menu that is like, if you finish this, you get a shirt. If you finish this, your meal's free.
Mm.
So
You had to do it.
thousands, 5,000, maybe 4 or 5,000. Probably is my
Did you
top
win
meal.
them?
Oh, most of them.
Most of them.
Most of
Which
them.
one
I mean,
got
some
you?
are ridiculous.
Which one got you?
It was a burrito in Ann Arbor that was not even a burrito. I remember this place. It was on Michigan's campus. It was nuts. And they're like, oh, the meal's $30. And if you finish it, you get a shirt and something, whatever. It's called La Bamba. Who knows? And it was nuts. The flour was the size of this table, like 3 feet long, 4 feet long by 2 feet long. And it was wrapped up. And I'm like, what is this? I mean, I ate it as much as I could, but no, I did not finish that one.
So that's the burrito that got away.
That's the burrito that got away.
Do you think that now that you've matured a little bit, you can go back and conquer it?
I know right where it is. So, I mean, it's on the list. Rarely am I defeated.
Can we do a podcast from that place?
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, I could find it, though, I'm sure.
It's like it's ingrained in
I'll
my
just
brain.
be walking down the street, look to my right.
Just know. Based off your landmarks and smell.
Yep.
You can just find
right.
it.
Yep.
Anybody done the Bubs challenge? Or the Bud? Yeah.
Oh,
Bubs
yeah.
challenge?
Done that.
How
Get
many?
the picture on the wall.
You did one?
Just
or?
one.
Yeah.
We should all go down. We should do a podcast from Bubs.
Yeah, we
Oh,
should.
this place is so good.
Heck yeah.
Them bison burgers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Goodness.
Yeah, we should get a Whitestown team
Yep.
on the one. Well, there's one right there in Zionsville.
Well,
There's one right here.
down the street, less than
Yeah.
5 minutes away.
Well, I was just going with where the gym is, but I mean, we can go here too. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was
Sorry for the confusion.
just trying to put some
team.
Whitestown flair in there.
Our office and podcast location is located in Carmel. I forgot to plug the gym's social media. Sorry, UFC Gym Whitestown at UFC Gym Whitestown on Instagram and on Facebook, as well as UFC Gym Indy podcast on our YouTube channel. Shout out to Class Noble West UFC Gym as well that opened last Sunday.
Hey, that's the first time you made it all the way
Rolling
through.
strong,
Look at that.
did
Just
not
power through.
stutter. We got the Dot Fridge in here. We have another dotFIT presentation from Mr. Neil Spruce, the legendary Neil Spruce. Wow, he was awesome, wasn't he?
Mhm.
That podcast, man,
Super
that guy,
smart guy.
he knows everything, everything about fitness. Which is, well, maybe not everything, but I mean, he wouldn't want me to say that, but I think so.
Yeah.
You just ask him something, he'd probably know it, most likely. So, what else was I supposed to plug, producer Chris? Dot Fridge, was that it? Got Dot Fridge, cool. And by Dot Fridge, I mean we have a mini fridge here in our podcast studio now where we have dotFIT supplements and things like that. So, moving on. If we're talking strength gains, right, what's our basic protein requirement?
I always say the basic one is just 1 pound per 1 pound, 1 gram of protein per pound of what you're trying to reach is what I always do. So so say you're walking around 180, you're trying to put on some weight, you're trying to get to 190 or something, then you want to be taking in 190 grams of protein. Now, again, that's just a baseline. There's different factors that go into other people's, but that's what I always do.
It's the easiest way to track it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy way to do it.
It's easier than going 0.8 grams per 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, well, I mean, some basic recommendations. You guys knew I was going to have this because I have my computer, but 0.8 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight is just basic recommendations as far as that. But when it comes to actually gaining strength, muscle mass, things like that, we talk 1.4 to about 1.9 grams per kilogram of body weight.
Yeah.
And the reason why most things are in kilograms when it comes to recommendations on nutrition supplements and gaining weight is because most of these studies are done by British Sports Medicine Journal, Australian Sports Medicine Journal, just because, no offense, US, we're about 10 years behind when it comes to strength training and, overall strength training goals, supplementations, research, things like that. We're a little bit farther behind, which is why you probably hear some athletes go overseas to Europe to get certain procedures done because they're about 10 years ahead of us as far as, Kobe went over to Germany.
Alex Rodriguez,
yep.
A bunch of those guys get that neat.
Andrew Luck.
Joe Rogan did it.
Yeah.
He does it all the time.
Yep.
Down in Panama and stuff. Yeah, there's
Yep.
stuff.
Other countries are a little bit more advanced than us. We're a little bit slower on the verification process as far as whether or not these are beneficial surgeries in the long run, but we haven't seen anything yet as far as detrimental, right? So carbohydrates that's a variable of what you're supposed to be consuming. So people ask me about that. I don't know. I always say 30 to 45 grams of carbohydrates before a workout is ideal, which is about a banana. I think bananas about 45 to 60 grams of carbohydrates, most size bananas. So something like that before a workout's always a good idea. And then they say, my big thing is water. drinking water after a workout.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, 3 to 4 liters a day is a good benchmark to go off of. But I mean, I probably do more than that. On any given day. Yeah.
That's another one. Try to at least clip 100 ounces. Yeah. I would always say.
It probably gets expensive for you.
It does. It does. Well, I will say when I make my pre-workout though, I'll get peasant water for that. Just
really?
So just
so this guy's a poser.
Yeah,
you're drinking tap water?
Not tap, but the less expensive
the Kroger
water.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll get some of those. So
like the one that we were talking about, or
I just named it. I think
never that one. Wow, man, he is strongly against that one. We won't drop the name. In case there's sponsorship opportunities.
Do we have any yet? Do we need to read off our sponsors, producer Chris?
Well, we are sponsored by dotFIT, so shout out to dotFIT. Too many to name right now.
Well, we'll put them in the credits or something.
That's helpful. Right, there we go. So thank you for that. I mean, action heroes. I mean, what are your quintessential action heroes? Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock.
I think that so many people now are just diversifying their stuff now. Now everybody does the same type of movies anymore. It used to be like they would do the same style. Now everybody's doing different stuff, and you see them different, like Jason Bateman and Ozarks, and like doing was that Arrested Development? So he does like comedies. He was in Horrible Bosses, and like Bill, he does like comedies, and he does like super serious.
Jack
like,
Ryan.
What's that guy?
John Krasinski.
Yeah. The Office. Funny guy, too. Now he's
and he did that
CIA
movie. What's that movie where they had to be? Is it Quiet or whatever? Where they had to be quiet.
Oh, The Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Super good.
So, everybody's all over the place now.
Yeah, everybody's. Yeah, so it's hard to say just an action hero anymore. I don't think that they're just people like that do that now.
We bought A Quiet Place because we wanted to watch it so bad, but we couldn't find anywhere to rent it. So we just bought it.
So good.
Now it's on like everything. You guys ever do that?
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
I've only ever purchased like 5 movies.
In your whole life?
In your whole life?
In my adult life, when I had to pay for movies, yeah.
Oh, right.
But, so in the past, 12 years, I've purchased 5 movies.
That's probably about right.
Which 5 are they?
Pitch Perfect 2.
Wow. I was not expecting.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Law Abiding Citizen.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Jarboa, that's a good action hero. Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
National Lampoons.
The old one, right?
Yep. Yeah. And How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Jim Carrey? Live action?
Yep.
Wow.
Where he's like a real Grinch.
Yeah.
So since a Christmas theme.
That's only 2.
That's 2 out of 5.
40%. 40%.
You bought your adult life.
I'm pretty sure that's
Christmas
it. Yeah. Those are the only ones I have in my iTunes. I own no like physical.
So have you ever bought a disc?
Producer Chris said that Jim Carrey went through CIA torture training for that movie.
Seriously?
Is that a fact?
Whoa.
For what?
Makeup was brutal. Getting that makeup put on. You know that The Rock said it took him.
Wow.
The Rock said it took him like 8 hours of makeup a day when he was doing that. I think like the Scorpion King or something.
Oh yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah. The mummies were great.
Wait, back to the one that you were since you Christmas. What's your favorite Christmas movie though?
You know, I was gonna say Christmas Vacation. Then you said Jingle All the Way.
Oh,
and that's definitely
so
up there.
So
I like
good.
Christmas with the Cranks a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one
I think
too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All the old ones. However, what's that new one that came out this year? It was kind of good. Disney movie.
Krampus.
Not that one. I don't want to ruin it for our listeners, but the girl from Pitch Perfect becomes Santa Claus. No one's seen that?
Producer Chris has.
Yeah, you have to watch that. It's a good one. What's the name of that?
What about The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
Oh, great movie.
That's
great
probably my
movie.
favorite.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
Yep, great movie.
Santa. You killed him.
Did not.
For sure.
Love the hat.
We got some delivery service here coming
nice
in.
coffee.
We only got
Shout out to Wonder Woman Jen.
There's one nice coffee, but 4 of us in here.
So Anna Kendrick turned into a Santa Claus?
Yes.
Was this on the Disney Channel or was this an actual movie?
So she is like Santa Claus's daughter. Is that right? Yeah. And Santa Claus goes missing. He goes on vacation. Santa Claus can't take vacation. But everybody told me he needs to chill out.
Take vacation.
Well, that's what. So he takes vacation.
Wait, he needs to chill out.
Noel,
is that
that's
what
it.
you said?
Yeah, he goes to L.A.
Looking for the rim shot, but no.
Hey.
All right. Noel.
So he goes to L.A., but he doesn't come back. So then the son is going to take over as Santa Claus, but he's getting rid of the spirit. So he's like, hey, you know what? Instead of delivering these things, Amazon can get them there in 2 days, and he ruins the whole Christmas spirit. So then she takes over.
Well, at least she was there to save it.
Wow,
Yeah,
what
it's a good solid movie.
synopsis.
Good solid
What a
movie.
synopsis. That was great. Spoiler alert. I guess I don't need to see it.
Put that in the description. Like, if you haven't seen Noel, don't watch this. Don't listen.
But it's right.
What
That's
about
going to be all of our listeners.
What about a transformation you saw from an actor for a role? What was the biggest one? Like as far as getting the most jacked or something?
That's really good.
I've got a good one.
Oh, what's his
Go
name?
ahead with it.
Where
you at?
So Christian Bale.
That's
That's what I was thinking. Did a movie called The Machinist, right? And he was like 130 pounds for that movie. And
well, have you seen? He's went through. Then you could talk about him in
insane
The Fighter too with Mark Wahlberg. He played like a meth head or whatever. He was tiny, and then he jacked up for Batman.
Yeah,
like
he went from like 130 to 200.
Yeah, he did The Machinist before Batman Begins. So that was his first transformation. So he's about 130, and then he had 6 months, and he got up to 185 for Batman Begins. 55 pounds in 6 months.
Bet he had a trainer.
And he was in good shape. Oh, he definitely had a trainer. Definitely had a trainer. I mean, you see him briefly with his shirt off in that movie, and he looks like he's in great shape. So it's not like he put on 55 pounds like American Hustle when he is in that movie.
Yeah.
Like he put on 55 pounds of muscle, it looked like, which is insane. Mm-hmm. So we talk about calorie intake per day. Good Lord.
Right.
Jake Gyllenhaal in Southpaw too. He got super jacked.
Yeah. He was big in that.
Mm-hmm. And then I think wasn't an action movie, but gosh, what's his name? The guy that was in Baywatch with The Rock.
Oh yeah, he got pretty cut up. Efron.
Yeah,
Efron, Zac Efron.
He got pretty big.
I saw an interview. He's like, I was the most miserable I've ever been in my life with how he's like, I was just constantly having to take calories in, constantly just eating, and constantly working out, and constantly training. He's like, he's like, it wasn't worth it. Best shape of my life wasn't worth it.
Right. He was big in that.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, he had a pretty big transformation.
Yeah.
You seen that picture of him on his porch?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
A cigarette or something out on the balcony with a big old belly hanging out. Yeah.
A few months later, he's in Need for Speed.
What's
that called? Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, yeah.
27.
Same thing.
Right.
Same
thing. You love The Rock. How do you not know?
I just during quarantine, actually, I'd only seen up to Tokyo Drift, which is like, number 2 or 3 or something?
Yeah.
It's the worst one.
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch all these. So I did. So now I've seen them all.
Awesome.
Okay.
During quarantine.
Do you have a favorite? First one's classic. I like the first one.
I don't know.
The second one's pretty good too with Tyrese.
I haven't even seen that one.
That was good.
I stopped
the one
after
where they steal the vault. I don't know the number.
Okay.
The Rock's in it. He's a cop. He's chasing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
That was a
Maybe
good one.
5 or 6 or something.
Okay.
The last one, though, 7. That was the first one they did when Paul Walker died. That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
That was.
I got emotional when
I did.
When they were singing the thing.
I just
See
see
you
the
again.
names on that. I haven't seen the actual movie.
Oh, that was a tough one. That was a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Is it a new camera angle?
Whoa.
We lost the camera. We're man down.
Oh, we're all okay.
It looks cool.
One camera died, so we'll just keep going then. The other one was Chris Pratt for Guardians of the Galaxy. So
yes.
Fun story about that, because if you ever watch Parks and Rec, he was Big Flabby
Funny
Andy,
guy, right?
funny guy Andy, right? And he was cast for Peter Quill for Guardians of the Galaxy, and James Gunn almost didn't hire him for that part because he wasn't sure he could lose the weight. And if you followed Chris Pratt during his transformation, he was the most miserable he's ever been in his entire life. He's like holding snacks in front of his face, just saying, I'm putting this on Instagram so that I force myself not to eat this. He's like, but I am so hungry right now.
That's tough.
I got to drink this protein shake and eat this organic something or other with a ton of protein in it to go to bed. But all I want to do is eat this whole bag of Oreos before going to sleep. But he couldn't do it. And he hit it, man, because he was ripped in that movie.
Yeah.
So that was really surprising.
You look good in Jurassic World too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's hit a stride there. So that was a pretty impressive body change. But that's another thing I want to talk about is restricting those calories that hardcore to get to that point, right?
Unless you got a movie coming up.
Yeah, that's what we were saying in one of our first podcasts.
Yeah.
You don't want to overdo it to where you make yourself miserable. Like
Right.
these guys are doing it because they're getting paid to do it. It's their job. They're doing it, but they're not going to stay like that forever. Even you saw, like I said, Zac Efron. I remember he said it was the best shape of his life. You look at that movie. He looks ridiculous, but he's like, that's just not miserable. And now he's still jacked. He still looks good, but just
Right.
tone it down a little. You can't overdo it yourself to where you make yourself miserable.
You got to find something you can live with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like that's why we were talking about cheat meals, right? I think the most I've ever had probably in one sitting was probably 5,000-6,000 calories.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
But you can, gosh, man, you feel that weight of those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Food hangover is a real thing after that. Yeah. So going around the table, Donovan's favorite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way. Do we make a decision? Noel?
I got to go Christmas Vacation.
There you go.
I think I'm going to go Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
No, Noel was good, but it's not my top 10.
Okay. Not your top 10. Oh, that's a conversation for another day, Josh.
Mine's probably the Santa Claus, mostly because I related to my childhood and I remember loving it when I was a kid. So I think there could be arguably some better ones that's come out since, but since the nostalgia of it brings it back to me, I think it's always the Santa Claus, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mine forever was Christmas Story. Classic.
My dad hates that movie.
Really?
Christmas Story.
My
Christmas Story?
significant
There you
other.
go, shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. My significant other hates that movie as well. But I saw Four Christmases last year, which was hilarious if you haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon. Great movie. Producer Chris said Elf. Okay,
Oh,
classic.
solid.
Classic.
Everybody loves
Good
Elf.
choice.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice. What was the last movie you bought, Josh?
That actually bought.
Let's go discs.
The actual last disc I bought was A Star Is Born. Actually.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not a bad choice.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Donovan.
Did you watch that movie?
I did, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
That's a good one.
Yeah, my girlfriend wanted us to watch it, so we did.
Yeah, I did it for a significant other time too. That's the reason why I bought that one. So.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Yep. That was not
It wasn't.
willing for me.
It wasn't for me.
It wasn't voluntary for me.
It was good though. It was a good.
It
Movie.
was good. It was very sad.
I love
and
that.
depressing
I love
at
that
the
song.
end. But
though.
yeah.
Gosh, I had that song on my playlist.
Mm-hmm.
You insert that?
Yeah, he can. He'll do
Yes.
it. He'll do it. He's listening.
We just keep adding things. Chris wouldn't have to work all day and night.
Copyright issues,
Hey, can you put this in?
Can we
Can you
get
do
it
this?
clear?
Can you put this in?
Can you just shoot out an email to Lady Gaga? Or,
What if we
Bradley
sing
Cooper.
Is that allowed?
sampling less
We
than
can,
10 seconds,
we
right?
can sing
we
it
can,
our own.
yeah, we'll do our own then. Okay.
Get some auto tune going.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Last disc?
Last disc you bought.
It's probably going to
We got
be
a
something
minute
that
and 30
rented
seconds.
from Blockbuster and never returned.
Or
So-
Redbox.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are
That's-
they going to do? Chase you down now?
Right. Yeah, they're never going to find me.
Are
I
they
don't.
even
I honestly don't know. It's
competitive?
been that long that I've purchased a disc.
Last movie I
No,
paid.
Star
rented
Wars.
it. Oh, which
Which one?
Blu-ray. All of them.
Oh, the whole set.
the whole
I'd never
set.
seen them like
Nice.
3 years
Very
ago.
nice.
I made it my
Yeah.
New Year's resolution. So I bought a Blu-ray player
Yeah.
and every Star Wars that existed
Nice.
and watched them.
Very nice. Mine was the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy because I had 10 hours to kill that day.
There we go.
I decided just to hit it.
All right. Just 10 hours all day. Okay.
Producer Chris,
Had a break in my schedule.
last disc you bought.
I haven't seen
See how difficult this is?
Jumper.
Jumper.
Oh, is that the one where they can like bend time or something?
They jump a lot, I think.
Do they jump a lot?
I think so.
Anakin Skywalker
Oh,
plays.
producer Chris is
The
typing this, the protagonist. All right, so that's homework for us. Is
Doesn't
Jumper coming
You
in
know, I
next
haven't
week.
seen-
Yeah, right.
I have never seen any of the Harry Potters.
Oh man, you're missing out.
wow. Yeah,
That's a
I
good-
tried to find them on streaming when
It's tough.
during
It's
this
tough.
quarantine. I looked
Yeah,
everywhere to
it's
find them
tough.
on streaming so I could watch them, and I couldn't find
They're
them anywhere.
good
So
forever.
I was
forever.
gonna binge them.
I made fun of them because I was like, I'm not watching this. This is a kid's show.
Yeah.
And then I watched the first three, and then after, okay, I know what you're talking about. After the fourth one I watched, I was like, this is a dark movie, and it just keeps getting better after that. So, Harry Potter for sure. Talking Goblet of Fire got dark at the end. No spoilers, even though it's like 20 years old, but still. All right, we're almost out of time. We got to go. This was a very productive podcast. Lots of good information. We learned a lot about ourselves here in this room.
Good stuff to watch.
Yep,
some people you want to look at
Having
for motivation.
Some good conversations. Let us know what your favorite Christmas movie is, as well as what the last disc you bought was, and then tell us about your favorite action hero. Not just a jacked person.
Yeah, anybody that we forgot though.
Yeah.
Went through a transformation on for a movie or something.
Absolutely. Superheroes. That's coming up later this month. In a few weeks, we'll talk superheroes as well. It's going to go with a certain type of theme that we have for our podcast. We're going to continue with strength training. We have a weight loss seminar tonight with Neil Spruce. We'll be posting later. Please join us for our next episode of the podcast. You can always see past podcasts on our YouTube channel at UFC Gym Indy. So close. Ring the bell on the YouTube channel page to know when the next one comes out. That way you're prepared for it. You can listen to our nonsense every single time it comes out. Make sure you're prepared going forward. Follow us on our Instagram page at UFC Gym Whitestown, as well as our Facebook, UFC Gym Whitestown. Shout out to dotFIT, as always, for helping us sponsor our podcast. We will talk with Neil Spruce again this evening. That we'll post later. Shout out to Class Noble West UFC Gym as well, now offering classes.
And we are opening in this month, so in a few short weeks.
We are almost there. Don't worry. We'll continue this. We'll continue our... follow us on social to know when we are going to open.
We're going to be dropping that opening date here soon. Very soon.
Very soon we'll let you know. We will have our group fitness schedule out as well, so you can know what you'll be training different here at UFC Gym Whitestown. Thank you for joining us, team, and we will see you next time.